Congress now, House Judiciary Committee member and Republican Congressman Jim Sensenbrenner. You've been to this rodeo before, Congressman. Thank you for being here. I want to ask you about Speaker Pelosi saying that she can investigate and legislate at the same time. But also, I got to ask you off the top. She says the facts of the president's guilt are uncontested. Now, I thought every Republican in the House contested the facts.
You're right on that. And this is a partisan impeachment. It's a partisan roadshow. Pelosi is part of the far left element of the House Democratic Caucus. That's why she's the speaker. And they want to get attention off the fact that the economy is booming. And all of the figures that I heard a couple of minutes ago shows that people have a lot more spending money because unemployment is down, take-home pay is up, and the best part is that minority unemployment is at record lows. So what Donald Trump has been doing with the economy has been working as we've never seen before in the last 50 years. And he ought to be reelected because of that.
Congressman, we keep hearing about the 31 legislators, Democrats, in Trump-won districts in a lot of states where the polling would appear to say that impeachment is not at all popular. How is Nancy Pelosi encouraging or persuading those people in those vulnerable Democrats to vote for impeachment? She must be doing that, or she wouldn't have made that announcement today, I'm assuming.
Well, I would predict that Pelosi is going to give her marginal and targeted Democratic members a way to rope-a-dope and fool their constituents by having multiple articles of impeachment so they can vote against a few and then vote for the other ones, and impeachment still passes, and there will be a trial in the Senate next month. I can say the only good thing about this is at least there's the end of the tunnel is near. I can't say there's light at the end of the tunnel because I don't think so. And you will see bitter divisions on how clear that evidence is on the president committing an impeachable offense. The American public have been buffaloed simply because Adam Schiff and Jerry Nadler have spent all of their time putting out one side of the story, and the president and the Republicans have either been hamstrung or completely denied the opportunity to present the other side. You know, that's not fair, and the American people are very, very fair people.
We already know that America is fatigued with the impeachment inquiries, but also there's another glaring issue. It's the agenda. What do I mean by that? What is not getting done? We're looking at prescription drug prices going off the roof. We're looking at infrastructure. We're looking at so many different things. The USMCA bill not being passed. All these things is a huge opportunity cost for Americans in terms of jobs and economic opportunities. What do we have to say about that?
Well, Pelosi and her ultra-liberal colleagues, I guess really don't care about that. They've been trying to boot Trump out of office right from the time he was elected. And most of them have made no bones about it. The fact of the matter remains is that both the Democrats in '74 and we in 1998 bent over backwards to be fair to the president and to allow the president, Nixon and Clinton, to present defenses in the very televised hearings. And the Judiciary Committee and the House of Representatives reached a conclusion. Well, it didn't get to the House in Nixon's case because he resigned, and that ended the whole story. But in Clinton's case, this was presented to the House and was also presented to the Senate. Right. So, it's kind of like a dictatorial propaganda mill where you only hear one side of the story, and that's what Pelosi and Schiff and Nadler want the American public to hear, and they're not being fooled.
Congressman, you were pretty central to the 1998 impeachment hearings, and It does strike me as somewhat hypocritical for you to say that this is completely partisan when what ended up happening in the House, at least in 1998, was completely partisan. One of your colleagues yesterday in the hearings actually used Jerry Nadler's words in 1998 against him, and I thought quite effectively, pointing out that Jerry Nadler said we should never again have a partisan impeachment of a president the way that happened in 1998. But you're acting as if you were not absolutely complicit in that in 1998, which you were. So why are you not taking ownership of that?
Sure, I take ownership of that. The vote in the House to start the impeachment inquiry, there were 21 Democrats that voted for it in 1998. This vote, which is the only one we've had in the House, there were no Democrats that voted for it, and 2 Democrats voted against it. When we actually did debate the articles of impeachment on the floor, where the House passed 2 and rejected 2, there were a few Democrats that voted for impeaching President Clinton. You know, one of them was a man named Paul McHale from Pennsylvania, who ended up getting ostracized by the Democrat Party. So there was more bipartisanship in that. There's also a difference in that in 1998, Kenneth Starr did most of the grunt work. You know, he spent a couple of years investigating it, and Clinton was accused of lying to a grand jury and also obstructing justice. And there was clear evidence in the 36 boxes of evidence that Starr sent to the Judiciary Committee that Clinton had done that. Here, the special counsel that was appointed, Robert Mueller, ended up submitting a report that did not say the president submitted or committed an impeachable offense.
You'll be happy to know that you won't have to see the end of this rodeo, because you'll be leaving office before it's likely to go through the Senate. But we wish you.
No, that's not the case.
Oh, you're going to be staying?
I'm staying through the end of the term, which is January of 2021.
Oh, okay. Forgive me. I thought you were going to be out early. So in other words, you will see the whole process. Well, you're going out with a bang.
Well, yeah, that's not the way I wanted to do it. I really wanted to do something about prescription drugs.
All right.
But maybe that's coming.
All right.
So.
Well, we hope so. Jim Sensenbrenner, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you much.
All right. Well, here's another